All right. At age 40, though, ladies and gentlemen, at age 40 is where the game changes. Shout out to Game Changer. At age 40, you have put in your 20 years. You have done the work of getting your body right. You've done the work of networking, failing, trying better, failing again. And now you've gone into the second phase of life. You should have been promoted at least three times by 40. By 40, you should have been promoted at least three times. And sometimes you may have to move companies to move up. You should have moved up at least three times. This is when you should be at the director phase of life, the regional manager, vice president. You are ready to win. This is the phase of life to where you take no prisoners. And this is a phase of life where guys got to become more and more aware, because this is a phase of life where
I'm a PhD.
Lose. They can no longer ride on the fact that black don't crack and they still look like they're hot enough to get in the club. I know so many women who are 35 plus who, when you look at their bodies, they are beautiful, but you touch them and they're soft. They work out, but it's not firm. It's not tight like it used to be, because gravity and time is the same on all of us. And why is this important? Because you need to understand at age 40, your mindset needs to remember at age 20 how you had to eat shit. Because so many women will be coming along your way who had nothing for you back in the day when you were beta. Yeah, back in the day when they had nothing for you and they hitting you with the hey big head. Hey big head. And you're like, don't diss them. Don't be mean to them. Hell, talk to them, pick their brain, work with them if possible. And if you won't, dust a few of them off. But by no means do you get involved with them. Shout out to Minister Jap. He has a phrase that I'm going to take. He says, you're too old to mold. There used to be a brother running around the Manosphere, on the Manosphere Street, talking about he doesn't deal with women over 25. I think that's a bit young. But the general sentiment is, if you are a woman and you are cute, pretty, beautiful, and or gorgeous, that's 6, 8, 9, and or 10, and you have never been married, there's something wrong with her. 100% of the time, there is something wrong with her. She might be feminine. She is likely beautiful. She may say all the right things, but but somewhere there is a flaw in her mindset. And those are the women who are going to start coming out of the woodwork. These are the women who I talk to with the most to try, because they're really trying to understand, how do I correct this behavior? I didn't hear this information growing up. I didn't see it growing up. But look, I have mismanaged my prime years, and I'm trying to salvage it. They freezing eggs. They're taking all kind of tests. And here's the thing. I don't begrudge them any of this stuff, except one problem. They're dating in their late 30s like they're in their 20s. And you can't do that. And see, so many guys in their late 30s, you know, when we're hitting the time where it's time to start winning, guys are like, you know what? Well, you know what? It's time for me to go ahead and decide to settle down. But you don't settle down with these women, gentlemen. You don't settle down with these women. Why don't you settle down with these women? Because they'll ruin you. They'll ruin you because their software, their mindset is what you're going to deal with. Remember, you don't deal with a woman's what comes out of her mouth. You deal with her actions, and her mindset will tell you everything you need to know. Her mindset is modern woman. I don't care what they say. Her mindset is modern woman. And a lot of women get mad at me for saying that because a lot of women think that they are traditional women, but no, they're not. They're not traditional women because there's no way you could got to be a traditional woman and you're still single into your 30s. None. No way. No way you could have been a traditional woman and got to be single, especially if you have the cute, pretty, beautiful, and/or gorgeous. Because guess they've had men come by. They've had suitable men come by. They've had relationships. Many have been engaged. But you know how many women that you'll find at this age who, if they're honest with you, they'll tell you, I've had opportunities, but it's always something. You know what it tends to be? It's that job. It's anything. It's not being able to follow men. So why are men winning at this area of life? Because
you are nothing but a dirty, stinking, low-down hyena.
Because there are a lot of women that got the hyena mindset. They got the hyena mindset at this time, at phase of life. And the most important thing you can do is understand that that's who they are. Don't get mad at them. Just avoid them, because there is nothing you can do with a hyena. That's what it sounds like when here in Atlanta or around the country, where I hear a bunch of these women, 3 or 4 to a group, out here doing their girls' night or whatever it is, what it is. That's what you hear, a bunch of hyenas, and then they get mad at you because you come in there doing this. You come in there roaring like a lion. They're like, ooh, look at him. Girl, he look like he's CIA. Shoot, he even look like he the bag. Uh-huh, yep. And then they got the nerve to be looking at you like a whole snack. They're looking at you like a whole snack. And then you roll over. But then here's the funny thing. You know what the funny thing about all this is, guys? They're looking at you like you still back on the college campus, right? And what do you see? What do you see when you see these women? And they're looking at you like, hey, how you doing? Hey, big head. And then they roll up to you. And you're like, I can't get with you. And then if you have, and then they ask you or your opinion about something, then out of your mouth comes traditional man, masculinity, manhood, hierarchies, gender roles, all that kind of stuff. Then the next thing you know, you spot the undercover Shirley, and you call it out. Hey, Shirley. And what do you hear?
Shirley, you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Shirley, you can't be serious. And she's like, I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Let me get this right. You are 5'4", 170 pounds, $200,000 in student loan debt. You want to have 39 years old. You want to have 3 kids, and you don't have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child. And you don't want to have to work or be responsible for more than 10% of the family bills. Yet you want to travel, you want to open your own business, a daycare, a spa, everything else. You can't be serious, Shirley.
Shirley, you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I know. And then and then when you actually say, well, how's that supposed to work? God gonna figure it out. And then here's the funny thing. Guys like run into these women at 40 years old, and they start asking slick ways. So are you on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? Yeah. You ever watch any relationship or dating content? Yeah. You ever watch Kevin Samuels?
This is a certified hood classic.
All you want to do to piss women off is ask them if they watch my content.
Holy shit.
That's what her eyes do. They're like, holy shit. This watches Kevin Samuels. I gotta go.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
That's what they do. Gentlemen, I have become your best line of defense. You want to screen a woman? All you have to do is say, "Oh, what kind of content do you watch online?" And if she says she does not watch me, go ahead and leave.
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
If she doesn't watch my content, guys, what do you think that means? If she doesn't watch my content, or if she does watch my content and she has a problem with it, what do you think that means? What do you guys think that means? That means she's already pre-screened to not be one for you. Yep. She's already pre-screened to not be one for you. So your Godfather is out here doing work even when I'm not working.
Hey, big head.
Do you watch Kevin Samuels content?
Holy shit.
Then you watch her talking to some beta boy over there and be like,
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
and you're walking out like, God, I survived. I made it to 40. I got no kids. She's over there freezing eggs. And they're telling you it's all the men's fault. It's your fault. You hate your mama. You're undercover gay. Your mama black. Gentlemen, at 40 is when you start to live. And at 40,
And look at you. You're average at best.
at 40, that's about as good as they can expect. Because every decade they lose a point. I want you to imagine a woman who's a straight up solid 9, a unadulterated 9 in college. When she reaches age 30, she automatically drops to an 8. She drops to an 8 just by default. She drops to an 8 by default. And you know what happens? You go up. Men, we go up. Ladies go down. So you go up and she goes down. Then at 40, the woman who was a 9 now is an adjustable 6 at best. But are they dating that way? No, they're dating as if their value has gone up with their age, their debt, their weight, and their income in some cases. And what you do, gentlemen, is you just avoid these women. Guys, at age 40, you write a list of your absolute deal breakers, your non-negotiables. And it is my personal opinion, especially in your personal life, don't have women in your life that are not feeding your ego, who don't respect you on your terms. See, a lot of women, disrespect is not calling somebody their name. I said this when I was watching the Peep Network, and they were talking about some stuff that Kay does all the time. Kay is mad disrespectful, but she doesn't think she is, because calling somebody out of their name is a form of disrespect. But doing something people disapprove of, and you knowingly know they disapprove of it, and you can choose to not do it, is being provocative, which is being disrespectful. See, guys, we spend so much time and especially in Black community, we'll spend so much time debating and arguing with our women. We're just used to it. And we have to be the ones that stop. We have to be the ones that stop engaging women in the bullshit. Remember the whole OnlyFans Subway thing? Or the whole, what was that thing when I did with Um, the three chicks at one, you don't engage. It's not a debate. You're looking for women who are serious women who are not just wanting to travel, have fun, this and such and so forth. So at 40, life begins for a man at 40. It's the best part of life. You still get the benefit of being a young enough man, but you are wise enough to get shit done. You got some gray hairs, and you know that you don't have to rush. It's good for a man who's done the right things. But if you haven't done the right things by 40, gentlemen, I suggest you get, I mean, if you're not putting in the 60 hours, because this is where it shows up. Many of you guys are football fans. And you know the fourth quarter is where the work in the gym shows up, the road work, the conditioning. At 40 is where all this shows up. At 40 is where you start making distance between people. At 40 is what starts separating the men from the boys, as it were. Now, are you in a position to take advantage of that? Are you in a position to take advantage of your 40s? And that's the real question. A lot of guys aren't in a position to take advantage of their 40s. So what you need to do is look and say, do I have my wolf pack? Am I fit? Am I an athlete for life? Am I putting in my 60 hours? Am I doing all the stuff? Do I have my network together? Do I have my masculine image together? And this is one area where most men fail. Many men have all this stuff on their career, everything else, but you're still dressing like you dressed in college. Sorry, gentlemen, it won't work. Take off the damn graphic t-shirt, Jordans, jeans, and fitteds. Absolutely unacceptable. I saw somebody saying, white boys can grow their hair out and grow hair long, but black men got to cut their hair. That's bullshit. Shut the fuck up. When our ethnic image tops in, we can start making rules. Until then, shut up. Stop being such a rebel and play the game. See, as an image consultant, you don't come pay me to help you reconstruct your image just to do the same shit you did before. You dress for outcomes as a grown damn man. Now, on my channel, when I was becoming an image consultant, you can watch me try every style personality. I went through times where I had plaids, colors, different textures, different patterns, different accessories. And I sat down with my own image consultant after I learned the business. I'm like, okay, what is my style? Now you guys see, I have it down. But I left all of that up so you can see where the evolution came from. Go back over my channel and you can see a guy like you that just decided to do the work. Esquire, GQ, Bachelor. Okay? But what is your masculine archetype? Refined. That's somebody kind of like myself. The rogue or the rake. I've already described these. You can be a refined tiger, a rakish tiger, a rogue tiger. You can be a refined lion, a rakish lion, or a rogue lion. We don't deal with the hyena mindset male over here. Just like we don't entertain hyena mindset or mule mindset women. What we do with women like that is we avoid them. The only way we don't avoid them is if we can profit from it. The only reason we don't avoid women like that is if we can profit from the association. Meaning, when I finish Men's Week and I talk about the attorney, the realtor, this, the that, the averagers, the averagers. I profit from the association from a lot of different things because I can better speak to it. But my ultimate goal is to make sure that you as a man understand that so many of you young guys want to get it all done in your 20s. You're not looking to realize about 40 is when it starts. At 40, you start living. At 40 is when you can decide to go, if you're a tiger, have your, go get your Harley. Do whatever. And I'm going to tell you, as an aside, if you're not in the top 10% of men, I wouldn't even contemplate, especially in the black community, I wouldn't contemplate marriage. If you're not at 40 in the top 10%, I wouldn't contemplate marriage until you are firmly in that, because no matter what women say, they want you to be able to pay all the bills. And I'm going to talk to the women about the Great Resignation. Look, the Great Resignation is here to stay. And I'm going to talk to black women in particular about this all next week. There's so many black women who are going to be left working for corporate America while most other women are working from home. The reason so many black women cannot take advantage of the Great Resignation is because you are chronically unmarried. I'm going to bring in stuff from the Minority Mindset, Jaspreet Singh, some other things, talking about the Great Resignation, talking about how companies are starting to go back to women to renegotiate, and y'all's dumbasses are taking the packages. You know how many women I know of who are working long, crazy hours, getting underpaid? The company came back and offered them $5,000 extra, and now they are going back and doing. I'm like, they could have gave you that money a long time ago. The Great Resignation, on top of inflation, most of you ladies, if you could get along with a man, you would be set. More on that to come. The Great Resignation. But gentlemen, if you're not in the top 10%, 15%, 75,000 or more. Maybe you don't live in a big city. Maybe you live in Tulsa. Okay, Tulsa. If you're living in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Austin, something where the cost of living is below the national average, the top 15% will do. But if you're in the top 15% and you don't want to get married, gentlemen, get you a serial, get a steady, have somebody to hang out with. I did the video on pay to play and all that stuff. I know more men who have a girlfriend for the summer, spring, summer, winter, fall. I got a cold weather girlfriend, I got a warm weather girlfriend. I'm not talking about running a rotation per se, because I'm talking about all your relationships with women need to be above board and need to be clear up front. Because you don't want to try to be a fuckboy or a player or a stupid N-word in this time. Because you'll mess up your reputation trying to do stuff for slick or for free that you could do as a grown damn man. Don't do it that way, guys. Don't do it that way. Be upfront. Pay the price. Instead of trying to get it off the lip and then find yourself with a crazy ex-girl, a crazy girlfriend, blowing up your social media, stalking you online, writing all kind of reviews. Again, how you handle women is going to determine a lot. And at 40, you need to have women in your life for recreation. Yeah. Going out to eat is cool, but I love to be sitting across from a beautiful woman at a nice restaurant. I like women's company. Women are great insights.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón. De corazón. Yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
Hello. I'm well. How old are you? 23? Hello. What's your question?
So my question is, I want to know essentially if, so I just wanted a bit of advice.
First off, I'm having a hard time
in.
hearing you on your microphone. Please get closer.
Is this any better?
Go ahead. What is your question?
So my question is essentially, over the next, year, I hope to leave my corporate job completely. And I just wanted to know if I'm being delusional, essentially, because the position that I'm in now, I should be able to leave my job in the next year. But, I'm a data scientist,
at 23?
By the way. And,
at 23?
Yeah, I kind of just want to leave the rat race as soon as possible, but I want to know essentially.
No.
Wait, hold on. I don't know why I cannot hear you.
Take off your Bluetooth. Okay. What?
Yeah.
23. What is your industry?
I'm in data science.
Say again?
Data science.
Did anybody hear what he's saying?
Is it not audible?
Your audio sucks. I don't know your industry.
Data science.
Data. You're 23. You just learned how to piss straight, and you want to get out of the rat race. Let me slap the shit out of you. You don't need to leave until you're 30. You don't know nothing. And anybody who has any sense in the marketplace who can hire somebody, they're either going to try to get you to work for free or cheap, or they don't know any better to hire somebody. You young guys think because you have smartphones and the internet that y'all are smarter than you really are. You just have more access to fuck yourself up. Slow wins the race. You jump out there at 23. You went to the best school. You know everything you could know, but you have no wisdom. The market is going to say, why should I pay you good money? You need to put in the 10,000 hours before you leave. And I said that to all you guys because so many young guys think you want to become entrepreneurs at 24. Unmute yourself, Christian.
What's going on?
How old are you?
I'm 28.
What's your question?
So my question more so pertains to what you're talking about, specifically with the higher that you climb, the harder it is to keep brothers together, or the harder it is to hold friendships, right, from a productive networking perspective. I started a company. I work in Silicon Valley. Yeah, my question more so pertains to if it's harder for Black men in general to excel with the corporate ladder, and then leaving out into the entrepreneurial space at 30, as you say, how do you find the ability to do such if the network is smaller and smaller, right? Because it seems like
all right. You combine many things.
Okay. So being young, right? I've gone through. I'm just under a director level, and I want to leave the space that I'm in and move into my company. I own a company that I can't work on because I work in Silicon Valley. So I'm dealing with this duality of trying to take care of responsibilities growing and coming of age, but then also knowing that I have an opportunity to continue to climb, right? But climbing with the...
I don't understand the question, man. You guys, what the fuck?
Sorry about this. The question more so pertains to the fact that as I climb, I feel like I have less resources that I can trust. So the fear of...
You climb what? The corporate ladder?
Not, well, if you're talking about climbing until you're 30 and then branching out, it's the branching out.
Are you? Okay.
It's the branching out.
Breathe, please.
Okay.
Do not give me all these words. Make it simple. You guys talk like women.
So trying to climb.
Climb what?
If you call it a corporate ladder, making more money. That's the way to put it, right? Wanting to make more money, knowing that there's a ceiling and trying to break through that ceiling with a network.
Ceiling where? In corporate America?
Yes.
Okay, trying to climb the ladder in corporate America. See how simple that was? You need to think. Y'all need to... Trying to climb the ladder in corporate America, then what?
Wanting to branch out, hitting that point of 30.
Branch out where?
To be an entrepreneur and run a company.
That's a different tree.
Right.
You're either in corporate America. No, you're either in corporate America or you leave and start your own business.
Fair.
Those are two different fucking trees.
The confidence to swing across to the other tree. How do you gain
Grab
that?
your fucking balls.
With the lack of a network, I understand.
Who gives a fuck? Be a man.
That's real. That's real. Respect. Okay. Appreciate that.
I mean, it's like, I want somebody to give you, here's some confidence. Go to the confidence store and buy it. Keep your ass on the plantation then.
I love it. Okay.
But here's the problem. And the reason I'm being so direct is because you came in talking about Black men and this and that. I'm like, dude, you couldn't even form a coherent sentence.
Okay.
How are you going to do anything if you can't be direct-minded?
Understandable.
Have you been promoted in your job?
A few times, yes.
What's your level now?
Right now, I'm the senior mechatronics lead for a...
What's your level now?
A senior mechatronics lead. I'm the lead of a.
Do you have any direct employees?
Yes, 2.
Have you hired anyone from the job market?
Yes.
Did you conduct the interviews?
Yes, I had to go through 2 months of interviews just last week or just last month.
You interviewed people for 2 months.
Yes, for the role that I need assistance with, and we found somebody just last week. We just went through onboarding.
Did you have singular hiring authority?
I created the JD, the job description, and went through the preliminary.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Oh, fucking no.
Yes.
You had singular hiring authority for a job description that you created. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Are we sure?
I work under a director, but he's under me. So yes, I had hiring authority, but I'm in charge of his hours. Yes. Trying to keep it short and sweet to be productive.
What I'm trying to understand, guys, is if this guy has actual leadership or just a bullshit title. Because the bullshit titles run throughout corporate America. People call themselves directors and this and that, but a director has more than two.
It's a startup. It's a company with.
I'm talking to the audience.
My apologies.
A director has more than 2 fucking employees. That's why I get tired of you guys putting all this stupid shit on your resume. I'm the CEO of my company, and you got 1 employee. Director. See, that's my point. And what I'm ultimately saying is when I talk to a director, I know I'm talking to a director. You don't branch out into what? You don't have any, you've never led anything. You've hired,
I'm not a director.
2 employees.
Yep.
And this, yep. Can you first off, you came in saying, what's up? Can you speak to me in a more formal way, director?
Yes, sir. Not a problem. My apologies. I came into a space.
28 years old. This is what I mean. 28 years old. You're trying to do too much. You're not really a director. You got a director title at a startup. What would you be in an AT&T sized organization?
A manager. Not a director. I'm not a director. I'm a manager.
I don't even know if you'd be a manager at 28. Okay. I think you'd still be a producer.
A producer?
Yes.
Of work. Sorry, I'm understanding it.
A producer meaning you've been out of school for how long?
7 years.
Yeah. 1 to 3 years junior level. Year 4 to 6 senior level. You might just be touching management, entry level. But see, when you work in these small companies, they put these titles on you, and then you go but the marketplace is still the same. They expect when they see director to hear director stuff. So there is your issue is first, your title doesn't match what director really means.
Okay.
Your communication is nowhere near as confident. You're talking about confident. Directors and confidence. You have to be confident to be a director. So see, it's paradoxical. The confidence to go start your own thing, companies usually have to fight to keep their people in because these people got the balls to go leave and they usually take part of the company with them.
Resources.
And cut that shit off your head. High value men are failures. They got lots of failures because they try things. So oftentimes people try to throw people's failures up in their faces, but it's a requirement. If you haven't failed, I don't trust you. Neither do most high value men. That's why there's group acceptance. Somebody who just came in and got no dirt on them, what did Alonzo say? In order for somebody to trust you, you got to have a little dirt on you. In order for people to trust you in high value, you got to have a lot of failure on you. You got to have some failure on you. Oh, you'd been bankrupt. You'd had a repossession. You'd had to move in with your mama. You had a repossession or foreclosure. You'd had a bankruptcy. Oh, okay. All right. I can trust you. But if it's all been smooth sailing, oh, you just went from college from high school to Princeton, and from Princeton to clerking, and from clerking to, and you just went straight, oh no, we don't trust you. You ain't ever had no adversity. That's one of the facts of being high value. 2, action. You got to do something. You got to move. You got to take action. You don't sit around and analyze everything over and over again. Action does things. You have to take action. You have to fail and you have to take action. Failure and action. The next part, change. And here's the biggest problem, change. And this is in particular in the black community. Let me talk to black folks real quick. See, black people will love to talk about, some black folks will like to say, well, you talking all this high value, this, you that, but that dude wasn't shit back in high school. Or he wasn't shit over on here or back in his neighborhood or back over whatever. Jesus could do no good works in his own town because they would not accept him. See, people oftentimes want to leave you stuck where they met you, saying, well, he wasn't shit 3 years ago and now he's on this whole high value thing, or he wasn't shit. I've heard that mentioned about content creators, and that's really a black folk thing. Get over it. People can change. And black men, let me tell you, folks will try to tell you shouldn't change. You need to change often. You need to take a Phoenix approach. You know, if high value had a mascot, it would be the Phoenix. Because it can crash and burn and then all of a sudden reignite, because you can go from 1 year being on the street, 7 years later, high value. And a change component is in there. And the big problem is people want things to stay the same. Why? Because typically if you like the prom queen, or if you were the shit in high school or something like that, you peak too soon. High value is littered with late bloomers. High value is littered with late bloomers. You don't need to, you bloomed in high school or college in your 20s, but you got stuck. High value, you bloom in your late 30s or 40s. Oh, I'm getting to it. So failure, action, change, and the last thing, it takes time. Time and tenacity, but time more than anything else. Time. You cannot become high value in a season. So it takes time. It takes effort. And the time is the variable. It requires patience. It requires failing, trying again, failing better. It requires laying down, rolling over, crawling, standing, walking, running. So there was several things that people who really don't like this thing, because you're not supposed to have failure, or you're not supposed to change, and you're not supposed to, welcome. So when a man does all these things, he expects a worthy reward. What are you? He expects a worthy prize. What are you? If you're the prize, what is it worth? What's the value to a man? I said no men. So if you call in and you're a man, you will not get in on the phone. So understand this. Yeah, dude, you're not going to get in. You might as well not even try. Understand this. Oh, you need to let me see who I'm talking to. So, ladies, what value do you bring to a man like this? A man like that, think about it. A man like that, a man who's had failures, setbacks, catastrophic failures, and had to claw his way back. He wasn't content with just staying right here. He wasn't content just working a job. He had a failure, and then he had to get back out there and do it in public, because once you fail, see, we take failure, especially in some communities, you take failure as like, that makes you not worthy. Sorry, failure makes you eminently worthy, because the fact that you got back up, that's why a lot of people like these Rocky movies. You got knocked down, but you get back up. What do you do when you get hit? What do you do when something falls apart, when it fails? And the fact that you had the balls to stand up and do it again in public, check your ego and get back out there and take action and change and start doing what works and do it over a period of time, those men are special. And the higher up they go, the more special they get. What value do you bring to them? So here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you ladies market yourself to these men. Like in my group, the mix, 1, 2, 3, 4 couples have met. 1, 2, 3, 4 black couples have met. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there will be some marriages pretty damn soon. And in my group, I'm actually taking like-minded men, like-minded women, and helping these ladies understand, be around like-minded women, and it's working. And I'm not a matchmaker, I'm not a matchmaker or relationship coach. So, if you're, more on that later. But the ladies of the mix are something special because they raise their hand and say, you know what, I want to be better than I was, or I want to be better than my competition. And the men are something special too. They're saying, you know what, I'm not where I want to be, but I want to get there. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Michael, that's the thing. And see, you say Michael Jordan failed early, but see, oftentimes, I'm going to do an entire broadcast on the facts. Failure, action, change, and time. They always want, the main thing is you are a failure or you've changed. You need to fail and you need to change. If you're doing the same shit if you're doing the same stuff you've been doing since high school, then I want to be around you. Can I clarify the yearly earnings that makes a man high value? It's $120,000. So it's roughly $10,000 a month. Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio dollars. So, and that number has been with us since the 80s. Honestly, if we're really being honest though, that number should have changed with inflation over the last 20 years. But that will put the number to ridiculously high. But keep my foot on your neck, Kaz. Let me go ahead and open this up. Okay, so the money is one thing, right? But see, here's the thing. What makes a man high value is his network and his approval from other men. Because here's the thing. Making money is a social activity. One thing that, as a man, let me talk about jealousy and envy. In your Esquire phase, you're all starting out pretty much the same. You have your friends you have from high school. You had your friends you have from college, right? Y'all all down bad. Y'all all working together. Y'all going in on a bottle of Bacardi. Y'all split everything. Y'all getting the Domino's pizza specials, you know. And the funny thing is the camaraderie when you're poor with somebody is amazing. But then something happens. There starts to be separation. And one guy starts off and he starts doing better than the other guy. So around 30, and this happened to me, you start to become successful, more successful than your friends. And then the jealousy comes in. They start pocket watching what you purchase, looking at stuff, start making comments, it's Cain and Abel. And when you see that start to happen, gentlemen, cut bait. Don't wait to get caned. Cut bait. I'm telling you, it's lonely. A high value man, it is lonely because you got to be careful. Women aren't like that with money and success as much as men are. Men, so when you're poor down here, but when you start increasing your money, power, status, and influence, there's a chapter in 48 Laws of Power talking about be careful, be wary of friends and use the enemies. And it talked about people who tried to bring their friends along and their friends ended up being the one that stabbed them in the back. You're going to have to make new friends to match your new position. And this is the thing the black men have a real problem with, success guilt. You want to move out of the hood. If you want to open something, do some philanthropic work, but don't you like Nipsey Hussle trying to stay around. You move. And you keep on moving because jealousy and envy attach with success for men. And the more you get power, money, influence, and status, the more you're going to get jealousy, envy, hate. And it can be deadly. This is why as you have your network protects you. This is why you avoid beefs and conflicts and all that kind of stuff, because you already have enough stuff to worry about from people who don't believe you should have what you have. They don't think you're worth it. They don't think you deserve it. They try to remind you who you used to be and all these other things. Jesus Christ had to leave Nazareth because they would not accept him. That was just David's son. You're not better than him. I've talked to people on YouTube. I'm like, as success grows up, your network needs to change as well. You have to build walls around yourself. Because there's nothing you can give somebody that will make them, you can never stop. Read the 48 Laws of Power. MC Hammer tried to do it. Went bankrupt trying to put everybody on. And when he was down bad, nobody there for him. And that's a hard one for a lot of guys to understand, because they want to keep their friends from high school and college. We're going to do that call-in show today where the men and women talk. We're going to talk about, ladies, can you handle a good man? Do you know what to do with them when you find them? What's going on, Raven?
Hi.
Hey.
Kevin, how are you?
I am well.
Hi.
What you got for me?
Yeah, I have a question for you, actually. I wanted to know if you would be able to explain to me, why is it that most men, not all, have a feminine quality to them?
Okay.
And I do know, I hear a lot of guys say that, females have this masculine energy as well. But I would like to know, do you have an answer for that?
Yes. How old are you?
I'm 38.
38. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you've been hanging around my channel, you know that 8 out of 10 black children are raised by their mother.
Right.
Okay, so 8 out of 10 black men are raised by mama. Mm-hmm. The first time they encounter a masculine presence is usually in authority, because there are not a lot of black male school teachers. So in their developmental years in daycare and elementary, you don't see a lot of male elementary teachers, do you? The first time they encounter men tends to be junior high or high school, and that tends to be some sort of athletics coach. If a guy doesn't get into athletics, the first time he's going to see male role models tends to be late in his academic life. So he's raised around a lot of women. Okay, in the schools today, there's no more recess. So boys are actually in the classrooms taught to sit and conduct themselves like girls. Boys aren't allowed to go out and run, tear up stuff, and stink, because it's looked at toxic masculinity. Okay? Then you see the average mother. The average mother wants to keep her son safe. So she's not going to put her son in martial arts, anything that's going to get him bumped and bruised. Do you have any friends that have children?
Yes, I do.
And do they have boys?
Yes.
Do you have any friends that have boys and girls?
Yeah.
I guarantee you they baby their boys. And if you ask the boy and the girl, I guarantee the daughter is like, she's easy on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They baby their boys.
That is true.
So,
and even from my own background, with my brother and being raised as my mom was a single parent, and I have brothers and sisters, and she always treated my brother like her baby, like that. So
was he older or younger than you?
He's younger.
Did you resent that?
When I was younger, I did.
Yes,
I
know.
really
I
felt
know.
Like, oh my gosh, like she treated him like,
I know. I've sat down and counseled many women with this, and see, They're compensating with their boys. And here's the other thing, and they're not doing it on purpose. See, your mother is trying to make sure that you can protect yourself and defend yourself and not need no man because it's rough out here. She didn't tell you to go become somebody's wife. She raised you to be independent. Then she raised her son to be a softer man. So
that's true.
So look at the two of you. You go out in the world hard. Your brother goes out in the world soft. And we wonder why these two groups can't get together.
You're right.
I was raised the same way.
Right.
See, I had to actively fight against it. And here's the thing. I need Black women to understand. We know you're not doing it on purpose, but it doesn't matter because Black women raise the very men they cannot stand, these softer guys. So at 38 years old, do you have children yourself?
No.
Okay.
No.
So are you looking to get married or what?
Well, if it's in God's plan, I don't rush nothing, no. It's just
I didn't hear
if
you.
the right person comes along, then hey, yes.
Now, you know who you're talking to. You talk to a girl like, oh, I can't see you. Do you want to be somebody's wife or not?
Yeah. I think that would be every woman's like, dream, right? To get married.
Well, but sis,
that's what we're here for.
But sis, but sis, notice how even when I asked you the question, you were hesitant. You were hesitant to double down on. You were like, I can't say that because that's just so unrealistic for me as a Black woman.
Sorry that I hesitated, but yeah.
But no, I understand it. I understand why. Sis, I understand why you did it because it's like, hell yeah, I want to be married just like everybody else in the world. But see, and that's what hurts so many of our women because you won't go ahead and just say, yeah, I want to be married. Yeah, I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of this. I want all that. See, if we can get you guys to admit that part, then we can have a conversation. Then we can say, okay, if you know you want that, then what are you willing to bring to the table in order to get that from, because most Black women don't want to work after they get married, especially after they have a child. I know,
I guess I agree with you on that one.
I say when I say don't want to have to work.
Listening to your show. So we have talks like this all the time. And I agree with you on one part of that, and I agree, and I don't.
Okay, when I say don't want to work, what I mean is they don't want to have to work to pay significant bills.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that's what I mean. I don't mean you want to sit at home and live an unproductive life to where you just all are. What I mean is Black women want their men to have 100% mindset to where he's taking care of everything. And she is not required to go out and work to pay significant bills, although she will go work to add to whatever he's already doing. But it's him that she wants to do everything. She wants to rest in that fact. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
And that's all. And I just said it a shortened way. And see, so many Black women were raised like you to where you have a hard time even admitting some of these things because in the wrong places, you'd be called a pick-me. Women would call you a fool. Girl, you stupid. You want a man to take care of you? You get savaged by saying a lot of this shit.
Well, I have real girlfriends that keep it real with me. I only keep real people around me.
Cool.
And they're honest with me. And I've never, I keep it real with them. I keep it 100 with them all the time too. So yeah, I had admitted that before. And I know I wasn't called any names or anything. It was
well, you know what I mean.
Right,
I mean it just like in general, not around your people.
Probably in general, yeah.
So at being 38 years old, a lot of sisters think it's too late.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Yeah.
So,
but I guess if you're talking in general, yeah, you're right.
Well, if you want, if that's what you want, how long have you known you wanted to be married?
All my life, I guess. Yeah, since I was little.
Okay. And you went to
And
college?
that's like I think that's every girl's childhood
Yeah.
dream, I would think.
Well,
You know,
the thing is, it is, but Black women aren't
there
raised.
are very few women that I have met and spoke to that actually admitted to, no, I never want to get married.
Right.
Very few, though.
But then when you
Yeah.
ask the follow-up question, did your mother raise you to be a wife?
No, she didn't.
Right. So did you?
No.
Are you a college educated sister?
Yes, I am.
All right. And what area of the country? Northeast, southwest?
I'm actually in the East.
Okay. So if you know since you're a little girl that you would love to be married, are you dating men on that level?
I'm not even dating right now. No.
Okay. Care to share why?
Right now, I'm not even dating. No. Well, because I was at one point, and I was doing the online thing. It just wasn't working out.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? Let me just get off this online thing. It got to be a little too much. And I was like, this is not. You know, it wasn't. I guess from my point of view, I wasn't seeing the right type of men. I always.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell
I
me.
guess I was thinking that they were playing games, you know, like, but I get it. There's a lot of women out there, so there's a lot of competition, you know.
Hold on, guys, get the likes up, and we're gonna need at least another 10 people to put something in the chat because we got something here. Okay, let me tell you one thing that I do know.
Okay.
Blake Henry and Blue Henry are not online.
Okay.
They're not. You know where they're at?
Where they're at?
They're out in the world killing shit.
Where are they at?
They're out in the world killing shit.
Oh Lord.
They're out in the world. They're out in the world fighting.
Riots right now?
No. They're out in the world competing against other men. They're out working.
Oh, competing against other men.
Yeah,
working.
Blake and Blue are out putting in 12, 16-hour days. They ain't online. The guys you find online, now I'm online, but I do it for a reason because it's also as market research for my business, but you don't tend to find high stakes men there. Just like you don't tend to find dime pieces online because they got a plethora of men. So from what I'm hearing from you, you're a college educated sister. You know what you wanted, but yet in the East, are you in the tri-state area?
Yeah.
Okay. So very competitive up there. And you haven't been able to find the caliber of man you want, so it's almost like a lot of sisters in your with your demographic tend to kind of give up. It's like
that is true.
It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't find him in college for whatever reason, and then while all my white counterparts were getting married in their 20s and early 20s and going to baby showers and shit. We were talking about going on girl trips and such and so forth. Then you look up at 30 and it still hasn't happened and you don't end that desire. But human nature is like this. When you touch a hot pot, you pull your finger back because it hurts. So when you keep touching relationships that don't work, you pull back. And what do?
Right.
A lot of sisters go get additional degrees, double down in their careers, start doing this whole, girls trip or whatever. But all it tends to happen is they end up running more the clock out. And the closer you get to 40, you have more negative or unfulfilled experiences than you do fulfilled ones. So it's easy to sit back and say, well, it ain't happened to this point. Is it ever going to happen? I mean, no one wants to admit that out loud, but it's just a numbers thing. I mean, you're an intelligent woman. You can sit back and say, I'm closer to 40 than I'm 25. So when is it ever going to happen? And I will say this, that my mother was 51 when she got married. And she was
I have a friend that actually just got married at 50. So she was had the same mentality. Like, is it ever gonna happen? And it happened for her.
Right. So
I'm so happy for her.
What I'm getting,
so I don't give up. Like,
what I'm getting to is two things for sisters like you. One, when you run across, I'll just call them the Henrys. When you run across Keith Henry, can you judge him just based on him and not everything else? That's one. Number two,
Okay.
Are you ready to stop fighting? Are you ready to go ahead and fall into it? Does that make
Now,
sense?
fighting, what does that
Means it
because
means that it's not uncommon for Black women, women in general, Black women in particular, to be very accomplished by this age.
right.
Okay, then you meet a guy like say somebody like myself. I don't care about your money or anything else like that. If you're my woman, that doesn't matter. Would you be willing to reset the clock and be the woman you could have been at 23?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then you're ready.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And see, you've heard women on my channel talk about, I didn't want to move, I didn't want to do this, I didn't want to do that.
I heard that one.
Somebody's going, think about it. You're almost 40. You're going to be looking for guys who are older than you because you want men, you're hypergamous. Let's be real. You're going to want them to have at least what you have, if not more, because you want to get into living this life that you haven't had for so long. All right. That means somebody's going to have to move. You got a house, he got a house. You got a brownstone, you're going to have to go. Things are going to have to be given up in quick order. And it's like, well,
You're going to have to make sacrifices.
Compromises. You don't want to make sacrifices.
I can't say.
Yeah, you don't want to make
compromises.
You don't want to make sacrifices
for what we want.
Sacrifices lead to resentment. Compromises means you're trying to win. Let's say I was on the Upper West Side and you're in the brownstone in Brooklyn. Okay, you moving to the Upper East Side. That's where you're going. I'm not going to Brooklyn. You're going to the Upper East Side because I'm putting in the 16-hour days. Okay. Right. But the net of it is you'll figure out how to live in Manhattan and do what it is. Now you'll see. And the thing is, a lot of times women get so into what if it don't work? Then I got to give all that up. That's the fear. Are you willing to put the fear of it not working down? And that's why I always stress doing that mental work first. And almost resetting it back to being optimistic like you were when you were a younger woman.
I got you.
Got it? That's what a lot of men talk about when they talk about, are you ready? What do you bring to the table? Are you ready to give up the fight? And one thing, and hopefully, as more and more of these conversations start to be had, more women can start to see more men on their level having conversations with each other, men having conversations with men, not having conversations with women. See, you can judge a lot by men by how we talk to one another. And that's what y'all really do. When y'all see men working and building, y'all lay back in the cut and say, he can say anything he wants to me because he's just trying to get in. But if he's over there working with somebody, okay, he's keeping it real with these dudes. Okay, those dudes stamp him as being an alpha male, a builder. Okay, okay. Then you're more likely than not to lower your guard and actually let him do what he needs to do. Does that make sense?
Right.
It
makes a lot of sense.
That's what you don't find online because it always feels like game.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't see it.
Yep.
So again, I'm not a dating coach. I'm an image consultant and a life coach, but I do have a lot of men around me and clients that are looking for the same kind of things you guys are looking for. And I found it interesting that you can't find him and he can't find you. But when men find each other and start working together, women tend to find those spaces. That's why it's more women over here now. So,
right.
Well, did you join the Facebook group?
No, I didn't. I'm not even on Facebook.
Okay.
So, but I will.
I'm gonna put the link down in there. But yeah, keep coming to the channel. Okay. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Great places to go to meet women. Gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Kevin Samuels, your Godfather of Style. And guys, we all know that image is 4 parts: appearance, behavior, communication, and digital footprint. And after you get your appearance together, guys, you gotta go outside. And one of the questions I get asked most often, where do you go to meet quality women? Gentlemen, that's a broad question, but let me just tell you this, for me, it's pretty simple. I look at the things I like to do and the kind of women I like to interact with, and I act accordingly. You guys know I'm a recent Atlanta transplant, and one of the places I've gone to meet women around here is actually charity events, volunteer events. Kill two birds with one stone. One, think about the mentality or the kind of attitude of a person you're going to meet at a charity event. It's kind of hard to meet a selfish, self-consumed person that's going to be giving something to somebody or doing something with somebody. Shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. If you want to become part of the movement, make sure you join me on Patreon for exclusive video and live stream content. Join me on that platform for things you will only see there. Details down in the description. And it gives you something to talk about while you're there. So many different things. You can actually get plugged into a local community, have a chance to meet wonderful women. Another great place is a no-brainer, your local coffee shop. Yes, Starbucks is the standby, but actually try the neat, trendy coffee shops in like uptown or midtown, or the kind of bohemian, eclectic parts of town. Yeah, don't always go to Starbucks. Try independent places that maybe have a mixture of local artists, different themes that's kind of unique to your city. I find these are great places to actually network and meet women. You'd be amazed at what you find in some of these downtown or uptown kind of hipster areas. Don't overlook this one. It is killer. Another one of these no-brainers for me is something like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, or Target. All those fit the kind of same place. Any place where someone can go to get their local groceries, get their local supplies is a great place to meet women. Also, don't overlook little neighborhood markets like Eatsies or any place that has flowers, candles, wine, or a single woman can actually go pick up her dinner on the way home. New York City, when I lived in Manhattan, they were full of these kind of places. They were great places to actually meet your neighbors, interact with other people, great place to meet women. As when you're out meeting women, you have to make sure you're rocking a killer fragrance. Simple, clean, masculine always works. I just made a video talking about great office fragrances. Any one of those would do. But when I'm thinking about a killer fragrance that actually gets conversation started, Tom Ford Oud Wood or by Kilian Rolling in Love. Something like Dior Amber Nuit or YSL Tuxedo. One of my most complimented fragrances several years back, Armani Rose DRB. Or one of the big three, Acqua di Gio Profumo, Bleu de Chanel, or Dior Sauvage. Any one of those killer fragrances will work well while you're out and about trying to meet women. Another great place to meet women is actually where you would pick those fragrances up. Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, big box luxury stores. Now, I prefer big box luxury stores versus like the individual boutique because sheer size. Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, I've always had so much luck interacting with women there. Guys, do me a favor, hit me up in the comment section. There are plenty of other places that I'm sure you guys will say, there are other places to meet women, but I tell you, the kind of women I like to interact with tend to hang out at these places. You can't overlook the latest trendy bar, the latest restaurant, but you know, I didn't want to make this list too long, and I actually didn't want to go a place where the music was really, really loud. I want to go someplace where you can actually walk up to somebody, make eye contact, look good, smell good, and interact with that person. Godfather, out. Do I wear suits every day? No, not every day. Most days. So let me explain. Niner by nature, 88. Yes, here's why I wear suits. I'm a professional man. And who's going to hire an image consultant running around in t-shirt and jeans? I mean, I need you guys to understand how low the standard for manhood is falling when we have guys who, not you, Niner, but a lot of guys wonder, why are you dressed up? Why are you dressed up? And I'm like, do you not understand? And I think a lot of you guys just don't simply understand the long-term impact it has on how people look at you. So if you're like 25 or 26, all your friends are in the same age range, but none of your friends have any power. And in order to actually be looked at and given opportunities and shots, you have to be picked. And dressing for men are logical. You're supposed to dress for outcomes, not comfort. When it comes to image, what should women wear when they want to be casual, but also present themselves well? I get the athleisure isn't the way to go, but what is your suit Saturday equivalent for women? Good question. Good question. Okay, so here's what I would suggest the average woman. You looked on my Amazon, you couldn't find it. Okay, just find Amazon. Just go to Amazon, period. I'll check that link, Marty, but sometimes supply goes up and down. Okay, so what to wear on Saturdays? Well, Suit Saturday is the thing, Chica. Let me put it back up. You want to, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but on Saturday, you want to catch the attention of Blake, Blue, and Hit Squad. And they need to be able to see you at a glance so they know you're FBI. Understand? So what you want to do is you want to, the bare minimum, in spring and summer, you want to wear sundresses. Sundresses are great for black women. You know, a nice yellow, cream color, maybe even a tangerine, bright colors like that. Pinks work. You know, at the end of the day, those work for casual outings, something you could sit on the patio in a brunch. Okay. If you want to take it, and that's casual, and you want to have on heels, no flats, no flip flops, no sandals, heels. Why am I not for women wearing jeans and things like that? Because a lot of times jeans get off the wrong image. Jeans and heels come off sexy. And you don't necessarily want men looking at you directly as a sex object up front. You need to be sensual, but not sexual. This is why pencil skirts are so good for women. Pencil skirts and blouses are great because you can make that easy to wear. It can be casual. You can even dress it up. Again, ladies, you are dressing for outcomes. And what happens more often than not? How many ladies would readily admit, dang, I saw a Henry, but shit, I wasn't looking right. I saw, how many times you heard a woman say, or no, it's a woman like, I saw this brother out the corner of my eye and he was looking like a whole snack, but I was not looking right. My hair wasn't right. My makeup wasn't right. I didn't have to, I just come out of yoga class, and that's a problem. That is a problem because that means you are not a Phoebe. See, Phoebe is not going to let any chance slip. Understand something. Let me see. Let me pick a guy. When one of these dudes is out and about, Phoebe wants to separate herself from the crowd because she's trying to get chose. She is trying to become a pick me. Pick me. Yes, pick me. Pick me. Make me your pick me. Let's talk about it. And let's see if I qualify to be your wife and you qualify to be my husband. Great. So now we can go off and have our life together. And I don't have to be out here in this single rat race anymore. Riding the CC and running up your body count. This is a good thing. So when you leave your doors, ladies, you need to be on. If you're not on, when I tell my boys, if you're not ready, go back in the house. If you're not ready, go back in the house. And see, it's simple. See, and where's Niner? Niner by nature. I dress in uniforms. My suit is a uniform. So I know what looks good on me. If you notice, when you see me, it's always a white shirt. I've gone through my phases where I wore black shirts, different color shirts, but now I have standardized. You see me, it's usually in a dark, well-cut suit. Blue, dark gray, black. There may be a pinstripe. There may be I have a checkerboard or a pattern, but it's usually the same kind of suit, solid tie, polka dot tie. Solid dotted tie. It's the same look, but what changes is my frames, fragrance, and my footwear. It's a uniform. See, you guys see me often, but even a lot of when you guys see me, you're like, wow, look at how that fits. But you got to remember, most people are only going to see you once in life. You want to leave an impression upon these people, even if you're not hollering at them. So let's say I was going to be talking to, what's her name? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Homegirl that I just took her picture down. I want to leave an impression on her. I want her to say, wow, that was a good smelling brother that just walked by. Even if I'm not her type, I want her to say that about me to make it easier for the next CIA brother that walks up on her. That's what I want. I want to raise the profile of men. Polka dot dresses are lovely. Yes, depending on your style and personality, but I co-sign that. Oh my God. Oh.
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
You mean old ladies.
You are nothing but a dirty, stinking, low-down hyena.
And then Big Shirley come along talking shit.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
All right, guys, that's good. That's great. But as usual, this has been another Godfather production.
This is a certified hood classic.
Till the next time, peace. I am gone.